Hello, how are you? I'm Betty Lazcano and I'm indeed very happy to share a new tutorial with you. Today I am going to do a pixie cut or a lady's cut as many call it, because people ask me, Betty, when are you going to do ladies' cuts? A pixie cut suits any age perfectly well. It can be for young girls, ladies or grandmothers, and these cuts give a very youthful touch and can be styled to enhance different looks and provides a fresh appearance. So we are just going to do a tutorial on a short pixie cut. How about we get started a little bit? Let me introduce you to my model. Previously, I gave a medium pixie cut. You can find the video of this cut here. I'll leave the link for you. On the bottom part, I am going to carefully and thoroughly apply hydrating serum, as the hair on this mannequin is very thick and more evenly to give me better movement. The sections I will use will be from ear to ear and from the crown to the nape. I'm going to do the bangs on one side. That's why I divided from the middle of the forehead so that the bangs fall to one side. A little bit more, just a bit. I am going to divide the section by separating all the short hair from the middle part of the head to the nape. I am going to carefully take my first portion of hair in the center and trim it at 90 degrees in a straight line, very precisely. I am going to follow the previous cut. I will just refine it more precisely in a careful manner to shape the rest of the hair. On the sides of the fabric, I will carefully place my fingers diagonally and then proceed to cut the excess ends with precision and care. If you notice, I place, for those who are not familiar with elevation degrees, I place my fingers diagonally with the fingers almost touching the skull and lift a little bit at the top, gently and slightly. This is to achieve a short to long effect. And when you place your hand diagonally, the center part will be shorter and the sides longer, making the hair look fuller on the sides. I cut this entire section in the same way, placing my fingers diagonally and carefully trimming the excess ends. We only cut the center at 90 degrees, slightly. I carefully lower the next section and then start cutting on the side. I want you to notice how I position my hands diagonally and make a slight lift upwards. This is to keep it longer. I trim the excess ends by very carefully lifting the hair upwards. It's very important for you to very carefully observe the movement of my hands, how I very meticulously and precisely position my fingers, how I lift the hair, and with this, you'll achieve that the hair is longer at the top and shorter at the bottom, but connected. It won't look layered. It results in a short, unified cut with volume. Pixie cuts with this technique look very beautiful because they create a lot of volume. For people who have very little thin hair, especially for those with very fine thin hair, I highly recommend this cut. Once we carefully cut the sides, we move to the center and cut the remaining tip at 90 degrees, 2009. We lower our next section. I want you to observe how I lower the sections in a V shape, I follow the same procedure. Carefully lower the hair, gently comb it, find the previous guide, fold the hair upwards, and precisely cut the excess ends. I carefully lower the next section and do the same procedure. If you observe when cutting the hair, I carefully follow the V. This is the detail of this cut. You can't cut it evenly. Straight like that? No. You have to make the V section and place your hand in the same way as you are making the section. For the next side, I do the same exact procedure precisely. Here I asked Raul to take the shot in a different way, so that you can clearly see from below the fingers how exactly the hair is being meticulously arranged from a different perspective. Do you want to learn how to cut hair, do color, makeup, and many other things and more? I definitely want to tell you that this channel is specially designed for you. So I absolutely invite you to subscribe and hit the bell to activate notifications and be among the first to see the new videos. Once cut, I carefully gather all the hair, bring it to the center, elevate it to 90 degrees, and cut off the excess tip precisely. Under the last section, I very carefully part the hair in the middle, place my fingers very gently and precisely in a V shape, and trim the excess ends very carefully. I check again and carefully trim the excess ends. On the next side, I follow the same procedure thoroughly. And here you have another camera angle to see exactly how the hair is combed, how I bend my hand precisely and cut the excess end carefully. Once the sides are carefully cut, I will then elevate the entire crown to 135 degrees and entirely trim the ends. This particular cut, I repeat, is absolutely ideal for you if you really like short, modern, and stylish cuts, and you also enjoy having a lot of volume in your hair. With this, you can achieve it. If you have thin, lifeless hair, it's ideal for you. I want you to see how the crown has much more volume and the nape is nicely faded, creating a beautiful and stylish look. Let's just move to the first side. I'm going to take all the hair at 90 degrees and cut off the excess ends. Once cut, I will carefully use the razor to texturize and remove weight from the sideburn, making the cut look more feathered as well as a bit more precise. This is a technique that looks very good in these types of cuts. Under the next section, I elevate it to approximately 135 degrees and cut. By elevating it to 135 degrees, this effectively gives me the effect of achieving a more balanced look with the lower part of the sideburn longer and a medium volume near the roots. I texturize again with the razor for better arrangement to ensure a more even result. Under the last section, I comb it very carefully and perfectly well, elevate it to 135 degrees, and cut the excess ends gently and precisely. We comb so they can see how the hair is settling. The mannequin's hair is thicker, but on a person's hair, this cut looks beautiful. It also looks good on the mannequin. but it looks better on a person. To finish, I carefully and precisely add texture with the razor from mid-lengths to ends to give the cut a more polished and refined finish. Under the section of the neck side, I take it, carefully elevate it to 135 degrees and cut. This side is going to be a bit longer. Remember that for this side, we are going to comb the bangs. The next section, which I cut in the same way at an angle of 135 degrees, I then carefully and precisely comb it forward to check and ensure how the overall arrangement and style is progressing and turning out. Under the next particular section, I carefully comb it at 0 degrees, pulling it forward and aiming to precisely blend it with the side. I lower the next section of hair and do the same procedure as before, carefully combing it at 0 degrees towards the ear and then cutting it diagonally. This technique is used to make the bangs longer and give them a more natural, flowing look. I check that it is perfectly well cut, we style it and make sure there are no stray ends, and once cut at 0 degrees, I will carefully take sections of the bangs starting from the crown. We will elevate to 135 degrees, taking into account the shortest guide and cut based on that precisely. This will give us volume at the crown and the bangs will be longer and accurately cut. We also carefully and gently lift the bangs and cut the excess ends at a 135-degree angle. Once the hair is cut at a 135-degree angle, we will texturize the bangs from mid-length to ends with the razor. Some people are afraid of using a razor, but if you have healthy hair, you can use it with complete confidence. The razor blade indeed gives very excellent finishes to the hair, especially with this type of hairstyle. The hairstyle cut looks more feathered if done with a razor blade. We are going to lift the hair again to 135 degrees. We are going to check the crown area again, lifting it to cut a little more because I want this cut to have a lot of volume at the crown. We take the Usen bangs, lift them to 135 degrees, and carefully trim the excess ends and precisely. To finish this particular cut, I will very carefully make a line right in the center and then precisely connect the side with the bangs at an angle of 135 degrees. I definitely recommend this technique because there are absolutely people who unexpectedly want to style their bangs to the other side and they can do it without any hair sticking out. I don't know if this has definitely happened to you, but you go and get your hair cut on one side and it looks absolutely great. But then if another day you don't part it exactly in that exact spot, you end up with long stray hairs that are really long. By making the division in the center and joining it with the other side, you won't run the risk of having those stray ends. You'll get bangs that you can style to any side and they will always look perfect. To finish, we are going to apply Yenvir's liquid sculpting gel, this hydrating gel that will give us body and shine and provide that final touch to the hairstyle for greater durability. As I mentioned earlier, we had already given this model a medium pixie cut, which was quite stylish and trendy. This time it's shorter and you have the complete technique detailed step by step so you can practice it at home, at work, or anywhere you prefer. Remember, and I will always tell you, that the foundation of learning is indeed practice. If it didn't turn out well the first time, it will definitely get much better the second time. Absolutely. So family, if you want to learn how to cut hair, follow these tutorials and I know you'll all definitely become experts and absolutely excel. Thank you family for joining me in this video tutorial. I hope you practice a lot. I send you a very big hug and many blessings and see you in the next video.